Okay, boys and girls, this is an online lesson of one of your homework, 60 experience, and I'm going to use one question in your 60 experience as an example for you to do your rest of the questions in the practice. I'm on page 11, page 11 of your 60 experience, question 2, and this practice talks about fraction of a fraction. If you recall, the vocabulary of refers to multiplication. Alright, now in this question, I'm going to show two ways in which you can do. In your homework, you can choose to use either the model way or the fraction times fraction method that we use in class often. Let's start off by using the model way. For those who dislike the fraction times fraction, this model way brings us back to how we did our word problems in primary 4. Okay, the question goes like this. You have got a school swimming event and 2/5 of the pupils were boys. So as of the model, I would draw 5 total parts, and out of these 5 total parts, 2 parts are boys. And remember, colors always help. So for me, I use a blue color to indicate boys, 2 units. And if you know that 2 units are referring to boys, common sense will tell you that the remaining 3 units will stand for girls. So 3 units. Okay, let's read on the sentence. 1/4 of the boys do not know how to swim. Now I'm focusing on the boys now. 1/4 of the boys. Over here the boys has 2 units. But they say that out of these 2 units, 1/4 of them cannot swim. So how did these 2 units here become 4? Alright, simply I can cut them into smaller pieces. So right now there are 4 equal pieces. 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And out of these 4 units, they said that 1 of the quarter of these boys cannot swim. So I'm going to use a third color. I'm going to shade that box and I say 1/4 of that boys cannot swim. So I just put short form can't swim. Okay. Now we focus on the girls now. Looking at the girls, there are 3 units here and half of the girls. Alright, now if we cut the units equally like that into smaller pieces, as a fair test, we know that we should cut also the girls, equal units, smaller pieces. And out of these 6 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls, 6 units of girls, they said half of them don't know how to swim. Now, 6 units, half of that 6 units is actually 3 units, right? So these 3 units can't swim. Alright. Now, given that there were 240 swimmers, now those who can swim will be the ones that we have not highlighted. These 3 units boys can swim, the 3 units girls can swim, and they make up a total of 6 units. And these 6 units, they told you that these are the swimmers, and they are altogether 240. So you can safely say these 6 units actually just refers to the 240 swimmers. I'm going to leave you to do it by yourself in order to get to the final answer. How many pupils were there at the event on your own? Okay, now this is by the model method. I do not want you to stop the video because I also want you to explore. If you have liked the model method, also be open. Alright, the growth mindset, also be open to how the other method works, just in case you might want to use it as well. Okay, so now I'm going to refresh the question again. Same question, but no more models. I have erased the model. Okay, now instead of model, now I represent them using words and sentences. So the same school event, 2/5 of them are boys. Okay, I'm going to indicate and I say boys, 2/5. Again, I use a blue pen and I indicate that fraction 2/5. Now, if you know that 2/5 are boys, then of course, by common sense again, girls will be 1 entire whole minus 2/5. That gives you 3/5. Okay, so I use red color to denote girls, blue color to denote boys. So colors doesn't have to come just in a model form. It can also come in the form of words. Alright. Now we're going to continue the story, and they said 1/4 of the boys do not know how to swim. Now, in the non-model method, we pluck out the English sentence, 1/4 of the boys, and we change the English sentence into a math equation. So 1/4 is still 1/4. Of is just times. Boys, in this case, what is the fraction of the boys? You see over here, 2/5. So I will plug that fraction 2/5 because 2/5 represents the boys. And I will get with my calculator and simplify, it becomes 1/10. Okay, now you have done it for the boys. Now we do it for the next part of the sentence that talks about the girls. Half of the girls. Same thing. I'm sorry, there's a typo here. It should be half of the girls. Let me just change it now. So just in case you are confused. Okay, we talk about now the second sentence. It says half of the girls. Now this half of the girls, the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fraction half. Of means times, and girls are just 3/5, and I multiply them. I actually get 3/10. Okay, so I'm going to modify because of the mistakes that I've made in the slide. 3/10 are girls that cannot swim, whereas the 1/10 refers to the boys who can't swim. Okay, now going by these two fractions, you know 1/10 and 3/10 makes 4/10 altogether. Alright, 1/10, sorry, let me change all this mistake. 1/10 and 3/10 are all the units of people who can't swim. Then ask yourself, if 4 units can't swim, how many units can swim? Are swimmers. 4 units can't swim. How many units can swim? Are swimmers. Okay, in the story, they said there are altogether 240 swimmers. So do you think you can also work out from here on your own? So for homework, it shall be 60 experience, just finished up page 11 and 12, using either method, model method or the non-model method, and you can skip the challenge. I welcome those who are adventurous enough. You may want to try the challenge questions on your own. Okay, so I'll see you in class again.